Hi, it's Coach Vicki here from Rising Beyond Limits, and I'm here today to share just a little word of wisdom with you about the law of the lid. John Maxwell was one of my first really leadership, what I would consider mentors in my early start in the business world. And I found his wisdom to be so awesome and so great. And he has the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. If you've never checked it out, it's definitely worth a check out. But one of the laws that stood out to me the whole time throughout my career is the law of the lid. And the law of the lid says, wherever you are as a leader, you cannot lead your team greater than to where you personally and professionally are as a leader. So if you would look at, say, a scale on a 1 to 10, of 10 being, what you believe is the absolute ideal of leadership and excellence in business, and then stop and do a check-in and say, where am I and where are my leadership skills on that? Sorry, I just had a message pop in on my phone and totally distracted me. Where are you at on that scale? So, are you a 7? Are you a brand new leader and you're maybe a 3 or a 4? Or you're a very tenured leader where you're really performing your legacy to the best of your ability in this world at a 9 or a 10? Well, number one, wherever you're at, don't beat yourself up about it, because that's where you are and there's nothing wrong with where you are today. But what's wrong is to have an expectation that your team will perform greater than where you are. So, if you exemplify a 5, your team will not grow beyond that. In fact, they'll only ever do probably just a notch or two below where you're at. So maybe a 3 or a 4. And here's another key. If you constantly have people that are high quality people who leave your team, then it probably is because they're coming up and equaling that same level of where you're at in leadership, and they're not able to grow beyond that. So in order for them to grow, then they go and find somewhere else where they can grow that next level greater. So what do we need to do about it? 1, recognize where you're at, and then 2, make an intention to raise your leadership lid. And what do you need to do to raise your leadership lid? Well, I always look at things in 4 perspectives. Emotional intelligence, which is all about how you see the world around you, how you handle your emotions in moving people forward. Mental, which is your thinking. How do you control your thinking, or does your thinking control you? 3 is team. How effective are you at leading your team? What hard skills do you need to learn, and does your team need to learn? So by hard skills, I mean, okay, let's say that the cliche one, communication, it's so cliche, but it's also so real, because even when we talk about learning communication, very rarely do we actually put in action anything that improves our communication. So hard skills. And then the 4th one is how do you perform financially in the business world? What's your role in the financial performance of your team? And if you're not clear on that, then you really can't lead your team to excel financially. And what ties all those together? Well, what ties all of those together is heart-centered leadership. And that's you being completely connected to your own source of wisdom, your own source of intuition and intelligence, and having a complete trust of yourself and your ability to lead your team. So that's a little bit about the law of the lid. If you have questions, please pop them into the comments. If there's another conversation that you'd like to see me share about, another topic, pop that into the comments. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.